Doc, need you back to the lanes, please. All right, round number 2. Top Sportsman, Lester and Jerry going to duke it out. This is a pretty hefty pair of cars. Albert on a 685. Lester on his 6 flat dial. Number 1 qualifier, Johnson's 55 Chevrolet. Over there on the left-hand side of the racetrack, staying with that 6 flat dial. Albert on a 685, but these are 2 pretty experienced gentlemen that have been to the winner's circle on numerous of occasions before. And at this stage of the game, this is basically a pick-em type race. Albert gets the handicap start based on his 685 dial. But for all intents and purposes, this is probably one of the best races you're going to see all weekend. Lester out of the gate goes 0-0-9-6-0-2 for the win at 209 miles an hour. 686 on a 685. 009 out of the gate. A 38,000s package for Lester Johnson. Jerry Albert didn't know it when he left the starting line, but he had already lost. He had been mathematically eliminated with his 49 thousandths of a second reaction time. With the run that Lester Johnson put down, he had no room at the end to get in. I guess that'd be like no room in the end. Sort of like that, yeah. Jeff Melnick's machine taking on Gary Wasowski. Runner out of Ohio, out of Brunswick. The Motorsports Unlimited Monte Carlo. Out of the number 22 qualifying spot. Melink, your number 30 qualifier. Remember me telling you that you could win from anywhere in this field? Yep. So Melnick on a 695. Wasowski on a 683. Waiting for one of them to roll in and stage. You know, on days when it's sunny and warm and you have all the time in the world, a staging battle is a wonderful thing to see who's got the most intensity to carry on to the next round. But on a day when there's a big green blob to the southwest of us moving our direction, a staging duel is not exactly advantageous to anybody. Super Gas and Super Stock. We need you to the lanes now, please. Super Gas and Super Stock. Gary goes in. Waiting on Melink to go in next. He's in. I like a good staging duel. I really do. One night goes to Wasowski, 684 and a 683. 699 by Melink on his 695. So Gary gets to move on. Finally. And the next pair, Dave Payon and Randy Prosing. Going to see what they can do. Payon on a 688 dial is going to go first with the Monte Carlo Prosing. Little Chevy Cavalier over on the right-hand side out of Willoughby Hills. Going to be giving chase. See what he can do. Chevrolet versus Chevrolet. 21 on the tree versus 22 on the tree. And Payon's going to get the win. 7 flat at 194. 667 at 193. True margin of victory down at the other end of the racetrack. 6 thousandths of a second for Payon. He moves on. And guess what Dave gets to do? He gets to come back and take on that number 1 qualifier, Lester Johnson. But Payon out of the number 29 qualifying spot marches on. Wasowski out of the number 22 spot. Lester, of course, out of the number 1 spot. See if Chris Osborne or Robert Mandell gets the win in this pair. Osborne's your defending champ, the Pack Valve Springs entry. Over there on the left-hand side. Robert Mandell, the Profab 57 Chevrolet for the chassis builder. Out of Tennessee. 685 to 674. Robert, blink of an eye handicap starting at Bel Air. Osborne's Camaro going to be given chase in a most rapid fashion. Over there on the left-hand side. Well, he would have been had he not gone red by 5 thousandths of a second. Mandell, 85, dead on 0 by Robert. These gentlemen that campaign these top sportsmen and top dragster machines and run dead on the dial at 6 seconds at 200 miles an hour. Just absolutely amazing amaze me with their prowess and what they are capable of doing. Timmy Moulder's ride, taking on Tony Fignelli now. This is the Pontiac, taking on the Pontiac. Moulder's machine out of the number 18 qualifying spot, Tony. Number 10 for the Pennsylvania-based Pontiac over here on the right-hand side. Handicap start going to go to Moulder's Grand Am on the left. We've had 4 winners for our round of 8 determined. So far, 3 of them out of the bottom half of the field. Tell it. Top sportsman, top dragster stuff. All you got to do is qualify. If you're in, you can win. Too many times in the last couple of years. In the RacingRVs.com championship chase, we've seen one of the lower qualified cars just drive its way to victory. Right now it's going to be Moulder, 678, dead on 4, 15 on the tree, a 19,000s package. Tony Fagdelli would have had to run a 6.670 to get the win on that run. As it is, he runs a 668. Tony's light was good. He was 18 on the tree, but Moulder goes down there and runs dead on 4 and gets the win. Your number 18 qualifier, and now out of 5 cars, 4 of them from the bottom half of the field. Sometimes being that top half of the field might be a little bit overrated, you think? 18 thousandths of a second for Tim. John Hawkstetler. Tim Irwin, I will guarantee you that we're going to put another qualifier from the bottom half of the field into the round of 8 because John's out of the number 24 spot. Tim Irwin out of the number 32 qualifying position. Irwin's Mosier Engineering. Chevy Lumen over here on the right-hand side. Hawkstetler's all Mopar all the time. Dodge Stratus there in the left lane. 685 the dial for Hawkstetler. 7 flat the dial for Irwin. Seven on his 85, and he was 001 off the starting line. Irwin 702 on his 7 flat. Tim threw down a pretty good run. Hawkstetler just threw down a little bit better run. Six cars into the round of 8 so far. Number 29, number 23, number 18, number 22, number 24, and number 1. Tyler Levon and Don Sadoff rolling in now. Don, who didn't even qualify for the field, and here he is around number 2. Got in as an alternate, looking to see if he can take out young Tyler's machine, the Levon's Body Shop. Entry over here on the left-hand side of the racetrack. The CoglinCars.com entry. Tyler on a 643, going to spot the Corvette for the runner out of Connorsville. Super Street, stock, super gas, super stock. Need you to the lanes, please. If you're not there yet, Super Street, stock, super gas, and super stock. Need you to the staging lanes, please. Red light start by Tyler. Your number 4 qualifier out of here. Don Sadoff, your number 33 qualifier. Moves on. So Tyler goes red. Sadoff gets the win. Glenn Butcher and Kyle Camp. Well, out of this pair, I will guarantee you that another one of our cars from the top half of the field moves on. And as we roll into round number 3, the quarterfinals next time through, it'll be 2 cars from the top half and 6 cars from the bottom half of the field. Super Comp needs you to lanes now, please. A Super Comp, round number 5. Should be 5 of you left. Come on down. We got room for everybody. Super Street, there's 9. Stock, there's 6. Super Gas for 6. Super Stock for 9. And Super Comp, 5 cars. Come on. Looks like we're ready to go. Had to hold up just a minute. Had a little something out there on the racetrack. Glenn Butcher, Kyle Camp. Getting shut off, going to refire. And we will be ready to go. Final pair. Round number 2 of our top sportsman competition. So Butcher, the demolition contractor out of Doylestown, up on the left-hand side, the Holbrook engine. Big power plant underneath the hood of that 69 Camaro. Camp coming over from Terre Haute. Trans Am, out of the gate they go. Butcher just a little bit better on the reaction timers. Butcher just a little bit better at the finish line stripe. And when I say just a little bit better, just 7 thousandths of a second margin of victory for Butcher down at the other end of the racetrack. Whew. Good old side-by-sider. 26 on the tree by Glenn. 34 on the tree by Camp. 7 thousandths of a second down at the other end of the racetrack. And we are into our Elite 8 in our top sportsman field with Johnson and Payon, Butcher and Mandell, Moulder and Wasowski, Hawkstetler and